And we're just going to allow ourselves to be receiving of whatever messages come through from the cards, from spirit, from any entities and beings who have our highest and best good at heart, and who also have messages that are of our highest and best good. Because we don't need no bullshit up in here. How about that? All right. Okay. Let's get into it. Cinnamon vanilla cream in my hot steaming coffee. I did not get coffee this morning, y'all. I did not get coffee. I got this iced stuff with no coffee bean. They tell me it's called water. I'm gonna try to drink more water. All right. Y'all ever do something so stupid that you impress yourself? Like I did something so stupid this morning that I had to stop and say to myself, that's stupid but impressive. Like only you could do that. I slammed my fingers in the door, not a door somebody else was closing, a door I was closing, and somehow caught my fingers in the door I was closing. And after I got over the pain of it, I thought to myself, only you could have done that, Valorie. So that I'm going to call that pretty impressive. That's going to be my accomplishment for the day. See, Marie said that is impressive. I think so. I definitely think so. So I'm already starting off on a magical day, doing stuff only me could do. Okay. And not one finger, three. I got three of them. Caught 3 fingers in the door. I'm pulling the tarot cards now, and the deck that the deck that I'm pulling from is Tarot de la Nuit, Tarot of the Night. Beautiful deck. Now this is interesting. We got choices to make. Who's trying to make a choice? Because the last card is like, no, not this one. No, not this. No, go back. No, not that one. I get that when I get the energy of choices or the energy of decisions need to be made. And someone is hemming and hawing. Okay, I've got the 5 cards. The energy cooperated and I was able to pull that next card. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so the first one we're gonna go with is the Knight of, oh, look at the glare. The Knight of Swords. Swords? No, Cups, because Valorie can't read. Cups, the Knight of Cups. There we go. That's better. Isn't that a beautiful? I love this one. First of all, to pull a knight first off in our week, y'all been sitting down doing, I don't know what, thinking things through, putting things in place, that all of that is fine. But Spirit is saying on this Monday morning, the first thing I need you to do is get into action. Knight of Cups. Knights are actions. And I always have to tag ahead of that inspired action. So we let ourselves be led by Spirit to the next right action, to the next right thing. And when you're letting yourself be led by Spirit, the next right thing is going to feel exciting. It's going to feel fun. If it feels fearful, I challenge you to ask yourself, is this fear or is this excitement? Because it kind of shows up in the same vibration. See if you can turn your fear around into excitement, and then you'll know if it's a good thing or not. Speaking of following your intuition, the intuition workshop happens tomorrow night. That's a little shameless plug in there. And it's on Meetup. Go sign up for it. But this is Knight of Cups. Cups is water, and Cups talks about our intuition. So perfect fitting, right first card, because it's asking you to move into action, but it's also asking you to follow your intuition. Also, the one thing I like about this artist depiction, you see that kind of shield? I think it's a shield. I think the book refers to it as a shield, but it's kind of made out of light or light codes, and it's right in front of her because the cups also represents our emotions or our heart center. And so it's like she has this energetic shield that's protecting her heart. But guess what? You see how she's leaning forward? she's still moving forward. So if you're coming out of some kind of disappointment, some emotional upheaval, some grieving, some heartbrokenness, or some, man, this really didn't turn out the way I thought it was, maybe just a little bit of sadness, maybe you're not full blown heartbroken, whatever that is that you've been dealing with, Spirit's message to you is that it's time to get moving. And Spirit's got you. It's going to protect that heart. It's going to protect whatever you're still trying to heal. But now is the let me sit in my energy. That part is, we're moving beyond that. It's, yes, you've done that. You sat in your energy, but now I need you to get back and return to the real world. And Spirit's going to send this helper of a protection for our heart as we move forward. So that's for some of you. The other message for some of you is the following your intuition message, because Cups is intuition as well. So moving forward, following your intuition, moving forward in inspired action, moving out of a period of sitting in your feelings and letting Spirit be the one that guides you and protects your heart. All of those messages are coming through. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, I advise you to take the message that best fits you, because it feels like there was more than one message from that card. So whichever one resonates for you the most. So the Knight of Cups asks us to move forward and take inspired action. And then we have the Queen of Cups moving right into that motherly, nurturing energy, the queenly energy. So this queen knows how to rule an entire kingdom. And she does so by allowing herself to be led by her intuition, because we're still in the Suit of Cups, allows herself to be led by her intuition. Also, she knows how to balance her emotions. She knows when to feel her emotions, when to act on her emotions, when her emotions are out of control, when she needs to bring balance back to things, when she needs to follow her logical mind more than her emotions. She's the queen, and she got to this status of queen by being able to balance all of that as well. So whatever you're being asked to move forward to by Spirit is saying you have this energy to call in to help you move forward, this queenly energy, this I got this energy, this is everything is going to work in balance as it should energy. And this could more also be about nurturing yourself from a standpoint of authority, from a standpoint of true self-love, not self-love because somebody told me if I love myself more, I get all the things in life I want. That's a true statement. But sometimes we self-love from the idea of what am I going to get out of it, or the idea of this is what everybody told me I should be working on. But this is queen. When you're in that queen energy, that's self-love from I'm a bad bitch and that's why I love myself. That's self-love from a highest level of self-love as it should be, not for I'm going to love myself because I think I'm going to get something out of this self-love thing down the road, but I'm going to love myself because I'm fucking awesome. And of course I love myself. That's that queen level of self-love. So moving into that level of self-love, again, still letting yourself be led by your intuition, your emotions are in balance. Speaking of balance, the next card is Major Arcana, and it's Justice. And she's the one that holds the scales of balance, or the scales of justice. She holds a double-edged sword, as well as many of the other tarot figures with swords do, which means the things that she is bringing into balance or making decrees or declarations on, as she sets it out to the others, it's a double-edged sword. So she also must abide by the same things. So as you look at balancing your life around you, make sure that you yourself are balanced in your own energy, because it works both ways. You can't be asking everyone else to do things so that you feel balanced. You need to make sure that you're balanced and let that reflect back to you by the others in your life or the situations in your life. So Justice, overarching Major Arcana, means it's going to affect all areas of our life. So if we've been feeling imbalanced, which is quite likely just by all of the shifts that happen towards the end of the year, the collective energy, the full moon energy, the last full moon of the year energy, Mars in retrograde, whatever you want to blame your imbalance on, Spirit is like, yes, and you did well in that period of imbalance, and now we are sending you helpers. And now we are sending you the energy of justice to bring things back into balance. But we want you to make sure that you yourself are in balance first, and then wait for the world around you to reflect that balance back to you. So justice, I really like this. This is really lining up. And then the 10 of Wands. I love the 10 of Wands. This reminds me of Alicia Keys' song, Girl on Fire. She's on fire, but she's like the phoenix rising. Like 10 is completion. So like she's burning what no longer serves her. And literally burning the dress she's wearing, because apparently that dress no longer serves her. When you can burn those things up close to you, those things that you hold personal and valuable, and let them go, that's when you're really reaching for growth. And that makes sense because we have the 10 here. It's easy to let go of that Christmas sweater that you haven't worn in 10 years. But is it easier to let go of those clothes that you do wear, that you know are not serving you because maybe they don't represent who you truly are? Maybe they're hiding something about yourself, you know, those things. That comfortable pair of jeans that you wear all the time because of XYZ, I don't know. And Spirit is like, I need you to move into a new area of loving yourself. And those jeans don't really fit who you are. And you're like, well, I can't let go of these jeans. I can let go of that Christmas sweater from 10 years ago, but I can't let go of these jeans. I don't know why I'm talking fashion today. In any event, this is an example of letting go of those things that are up close and personal, because she's just done. She's like, I will literally burn the dress I am wearing if it's going to get me to the next level. If it's time for it to go, it's time for it to go. And I don't care if I'm still wearing it. So that's the kind of energy. 10 of Wands is completion. That's the kind of energy we want to make sure when we think of the end of the year, many of us think of clearing out, letting go, release, all of those things, especially with this past full moon. We're in that phase also monthly, cycle-wise, moon-wise, of letting go, of shedding what no longer serves us. So we've got end of year stuff, and we've got moon cycle stuff where we're letting go and shedding stuff. But this is really a time to concentrate on, what do I really need to let go of, regardless of how long or how short it's been in my life, so that I can reach this next level, this next phase. And Wands, although it is fire, and that's why we're showing fire, Wands is also about your skill set. It's also about those passionate things that light you up, that set you on fire, set your soul on fire, so to speak. It's about all of those things that you consider your own magic. So if you're trying to take that personal skill level, skill set, passion to the next level, Spirit is saying you got to let go of something, because that next level doesn't have what you're trying to hold on to. You can't take what you have to the next level. You got to let go of something. And then the last card is another major arcana, and it's Judgment. Maybe what you need to let go of is your judgment. Anybody need to let go of their judgment? Judgment is not always a bad thing. I firmly believe that we were sent as human beings to experience from our vantage point. We cannot experience from our vantage point without making judgment. Is this good for me? Is this not good for me? I don't think judgment is a bad thing. Judgment of others, now that's when we get into murky waters. That's where the line gets a little bit more blurred. But judgment for, is this what I want, or is this for me, or is this not for me? It's a good thing. We came with those abilities intact. And I guess that's judgment, discernment, kind of depends on where you fall, what words you use. But the vibe that I'm getting from this card for this reading is talking about your ability to choose what you want and what you don't want. Your ability to choose what's serving you and what's not serving you. So when you go into this, I need to let go of something. This is asking you to make sure that you are making the right choice and that you're letting go of what no longer serves you. Now, it could also be, obviously, one of the bigger meanings of the Judgment card is letting go of self-judgment or letting go of judgment of others. You can let go of those things. You can maybe, yep, this is a message for a few. Spirit is showing me like 2 or 3, so for a few. Um, the 2 or 3 in this group is what I'm saying. This message is for a few in this group, where the idea of this judgment card is that you have not been choosing, let me get their words, not mine. You have not been choosing and making judgment calls in a way that allows you to establish firm boundaries. And so you need to be a little more judgy when it comes to your boundaries. That message is for a few. The message I gave before about the judgment card is for the group. But this message is for a few, where it's actually saying, instead of releasing judgment, we need you to judge a little bit more because you've been too. Have you ever had that friend who never decides anything? You say, let's go out to eat, and they just go wherever the group decides. You say, what movie do you want to see? And they just go see whatever movie the group decides. And you ask, did you like the movie? And they wait until everybody else says either they liked it or they didn't. And then they just go with the majority of what the group says. We have people like that we know in our everyday life, but like people who just live their life like that. But we all, myself included, reflect some of those qualities on certain topics, where we just refuse to be the one to make the decision. And this judgment card is coming up that's saying, no, I need you to start choosing what you want in your life. Your life is about, and I'm pointing my finger to everybody in this room. Your life is about to change, but it can only change when you start drawing those clear lines about what you do want and what you don't want. I need you to stop being wishy-washy. This is spirit. I need you to stop being wishy-washy because I cannot operate in the gray. Spirit can operate with clear, decisive. You make the decision, spirit's going to line up. You don't make a decision, spirit's going to go play racquetball while it waits for you to make a decision. Like, spirit can operate when you decide what you want. So for some of us, it's asking you to line up and make that decision. Oh, you know what? That's so fitting that's the last card. Remember when I was drawing cards and I was like, who needs to make a decision? This last card isn't coming. And then it's the last card and I get that message coming through. So that message was for a few of us here, that you actually need to go the other way into judgment so that you can judge the things in your life and decide, make a decision, decide. Also, funny comments over there. I'm married to that friend, someone said in the comment section. Okay, so that was our tarot cards. I really like that. I really like the energy of that last card. I'm going to go to, where are we going to go next? Ancestors, Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. We're going to move into Oracle cards. You have a nice size group. I like it. Let me look over the group real quick. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Awesome. Okay. Angels and Ancestors, what messages do you have for us today? Drum, Dream and Journey. There's the card. I like the drum. You know, even though it's a drum, I'm seeing a medicine wheel. I just learned about medicine wheels like 2 weekends ago. Was it 2 weekends ago? Doesn't it look like a medicine wheel? For those of you who know what medicine wheels are, I'm just learning about it. But it looks like some of the pictures that were shown, because I see the 4 seasons in it, and I see 4 directionals, and it's a circle. And that's about all I know. If you haven't seen the medicine wheel event, it's not even on my platform, but I'm gonna tell you about it anyway. If you're part of Awkwardly Zen, the Awkwardly Zen platform has a recording of that event, and I was just so impressed by it. I hope y'all go watch it. Drum. Where is drum at in my book? Ooh, it's all the way in the back. Okay, so our message is drum, dream, and journey. Journey inwards to uncover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. That sounds like following your intuition, probably why we pulled all those cups cards from the tarot. In In shamanic tradition, in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for your dreams to bring an inner version into reality. The extended message. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. Yes, I can attest to that. Energetically, collectively. The wisdom and intelligence. Hold on. Excuse me. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, excuse me, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance. Oh my goodness. Particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. So what you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true, know it and live it. Confirmation sneezes. I like it. All right. I love that. I love that message so much because I just got a similar message the last time I did channel messages for the interstellars for the group, talking about our imagination is more than our imagination. So I love that message right there that says your imagination is telling you what can be a reality. So let it happen. Let it happen. What deck should we go to next? I'm just looking at the notes in the chat to see if I've missed anything. Mermaids. I got one better for you, Rowan. We're gonna go to mermaids. I think I brought mermaids. I'm gonna do dragons first. That card. Maybe I'll get a fire-breathing dragon that will warm me up and I will stop sneezing. I'm gonna call in the energy of fire-breathing dragon. Do y'all be calling in the energy of these dragons, or I'm just reading these cards and you're like, yeah, that's fun, and you don't call in the energy? Do y'all call in the energy of the dragons? I hope so. I mean, it's not required. It's whatever floats your boat, but I hope some of you sit in contemplation with the helpers that come forward during these readings. Dragons have been knocking on your door recently. I love it. Well, you're going to love this because this is two dragons. This message is for everybody. Before I say it, I want everyone's attention. Magic and manifestation on this magical Monday. What have y'all been trying to bring about? And for whatever reason, you're telling yourself it's not here yet. It's here. It's all around you. You just don't have the right glasses on. You just need to change your prescription to that of the divine and you'll see it. It's here. Stop telling yourself it's not here. Step number 1 in Valerie's Manifestation 101. Stop telling yourself it's not here. But let's see what magic and manifestation has to say, because I'm sure that will say it even better. Let's see. That is card 7. Interesting that it's not card 8. I always think of 8 as the manifestation card. I don't know why. Oh, because it's infinity. Okay, magic and manifestation. I need the glasses. Hi, Monica. Yes, it's all around you. Magic and manifestation. Here we go. These two dragons are the only pair on one card in the deck. Interesting. Originally, they were separate, but as I began, this is the illustrator, the artist talking. But as I began to connect with them more deeply, I realized that they were a beautiful pair of 2 equal parts, magic and manifestation. These unusual dragons are powerful allies to have and are among the most influential and magical of all the dragons yet to come to Earth. If they have shown themselves to you, their message is this, quote, "We have danced in your consciousness to reassure you that the worst is now behind you. Your journey has been a long and arduous one at times. Now look to the future and embrace what is to come, end quote. Beautiful message, by the way. Danced within your consciousness. I love that phrase. They carry the limitless energy of magic and manifestation and warn, quote, be sure and clear in your intentions when invoking our presence. For we are alchemists. Is what you're asking for what you truly desire? Will it serve and benefit your highest purpose? Call upon us when you want things to swoop into your life. We are here to help you turn your dreams into reality, change your world, and support you as you undertake your journey. Look deep inside and ask what it is you really want. Once you are clear about your choices, we will assist you in achieving them, end quote. These dragons will dive to your aid when you need any kind of practical support. If you need help on a specific aspect of your physical existence here on Earth, you can call upon their dynamism to help you manifest it. These dual dragons are known as the miracle makers. One more time so y'all can see. This card is so much prettier in person, but y'all can still see. I love it. And that kind of reinforces the message I got from Spirit about decide, line up with your decision, and then let, in this case, call on the magic dragon and manifestation dragon. But it's the same thing as lining up with it and letting the universe back you up. The universe can't back you up if you don't know what you need. If you don't know what you want, you'll just keep getting a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And when you decide, then Spirit's like, oh, they finally made a decision. Send them all. Send them the keys. Wow. Okay, this deck is a deck I've only used one other time. Somebody said mermaids. I'm pulling from, I know I have my mermaids. I think I'm going to pull from my mermaid deck too, but I got to find it. Oh, that's not it. Maybe I didn't pull my mermaids. But I do have this deck, which is a new to me deck called Mermaids and Dolphins. I could have sworn I pulled the mermaid deck. Oh, wait, is that it? No. Well, it must have been that we were supposed to hear from this deck today. Mermaids and Dolphins. You must got a full spread out of this deck. What's up with that? I got 3 cards out of this deck. I never get 3 cards out of a Oracle deck. So what are y'all pulling through me? What kind of answers is Spirit answering through these cards? Let's see. The first card, and like I said, I've opened this one time, so I don't know any of these messages. The first card is Father Healing. And as soon as I saw this message, the first thing I thought about was the, what card was that? The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups that had that shield in front of her heart. And I said that her heart was going to be protected by the divine. And then I hear Father Healing, and I'm thinking about how she still had to move forward while her heart was still healing, but that it was protected. So I feel like this is, and he happens to be Neptune in the water, and water is about our emotions. So I feel like this is probably an emotional healing that this is pointing to. For many of us, it can be healing overall, but I feel like it's pointing to specifically to an emotional healing for many of us. It says at the bottom of the card, your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. Your personal power increases as you give any father-related issues to heaven. I'm gonna see what the book says. This card shows you that you still have some father issues left to heal. The healing doesn't need to take a lot of time. It simply requires your willingness to be free of any old anger, grief, or fear related to your male parent. Universal energies are either male or female. Male energy is expansive and giving. Female energy is nurturing and receptive. If we're unhealed with respect to our Father, the universe seems to be ungenerous. If we're unhealed towards our mother, we won't accept the gifts the universe offers us. The more you focus on the spiritual truth of your Father, the more your heart will be receptive to the universe's continuous and all-encompassing giving. Accept your rightful bounty and open your arms to divine inheritance. Affirm, I now focus on the love that is spiritual truth of my Father, and I hereby balance any karma between us. I now let go of everything but the love and the lessons of my relationship with my Father. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You know, on my personal journey, I'm a Capricorn moon. And so my whole journey has been about healing things with my mother. That's just my personal path here. But this Father healing card is personal to me because I just realized yesterday, don't nobody be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Don't nobody say that. I just realized yesterday that it was like a week ago that my dad died. It was like the anniversary of my dad's death. And so this Father healing, as I think about, you know, all my dad was and some posts are coming up on Facebook about what a great individual he was. I had never thought to stop and be like, do I have Father healing to do? Because I'm so focused on the healing the relationship with my mother, Capricorn moon, that I never even thought about, is there anything to heal with my father? But I really like how this book not only talks about the energies, but it talks about where they're coming from. Like if you, I'm going to read that one more time. If we're unhealed with respect to our Father, the universe seems to be ungenerous. If we're unhealed towards our mother, we won't accept the gifts the universe offers us. Y'all, I got some of both of that going on. So hopefully that statement helps y'all. Father healing, or if you don't see any issues with your father, with your biological or gifted father, you can still work on healing the divine masculine. Are you in touch with and in balance with your divine masculine? Think of it in bigger terms of divine masculine. So some work around that for some members of our audience. The next card I got was Set Your Sights Higher. Again, still from the Mermaid and Dolphins deck. And the bottom says, increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. I think the setting your sights higher will come on the heels of doing that inner work with balancing your divine masculine and your divine feminine, allowing yourself to give and receive, and then set your sights higher so that you receive on even a bigger level, so that your deservability, a word coined by, I believe, Brene Brown, so that your deservability increases so that you can accept more. Set your sights higher. Man, I feel like I've been doing a lot of talk. I've been saying a lot of words today. Let me just pause in my breath and my energy. I assumed this book was alphabetical. Okay. And that's the mermaid with the star. I like it. Looks like the Star of David, actually, to be more correct. Rainbow. This card indicates that you've been trying to rationalize that some situation is okay when it isn't. You've settled for less than you desire and for much less than you deserve. You don't need to compromise, exclamation point. Heaven will help you heal or will replace troubling situations in your life. All you need to do is ask for heaven's help and then adhere to the guidance that results. Take time today to visualize and dream about your true heart's desire. Don't worry about being disappointed. You deserve a great life and you have power and heavenly help to accomplish it. Fear and worry slowly down your manifestation. Fear and worry slow down your manifestation, so keep releasing all cares and doubts to heaven. You may feel intimidated by moving up to a higher plateau in your journey. However, you have heaven's reassurance that you are ready. Reach for the stars. Know that you're qualified and deserving of these gifts and open your arms to receive them. I love this. We're getting a lot of messages, not just from this card, but a lot of messages throughout today's reading to decide what you want and let spirit back you up. Just those two things. Decide what you want and let spirit back you up. Not figure out how to remove all of the blocks. Not decide whether or not it's right for you. Just decide what you want, period. You don't need any explanation. You don't need any justifiers. You don't need any supporting evidence as to why you want what you want. Just decide what you want and let the universe back you up. That's the message that's coming through loud and strong for myself as well. And then finally it says, simplify your life. Even though it says simplify, and I'm sure that that's what this individual, this mermaid is doing. Look at all the beauty that surrounds her. A lot of times when we hear simplify your life, and this is me, this is personal, so maybe y'all resonate, maybe you don't. A lot of times when you hear simplify your life or downsize your life because there's some great reward on the other side of being simplified or downsized, we think in some, I'm going to call it self-flagellating, and I don't know if that's the right word, but I think about a movie, a scene from Dan Brown's book. Some of y'all know where I'm going. My brain is a blank. A scene from Dan Brown's book where he's what's it called? He's got a whip with barbs in it, and he's like hurting himself because he doesn't feel deserving of XYZ. I always think about that scene when I think about self-punishment. And so sometimes we think simplifying your life or downsizing your life means I have to get rid of all of these things that I love so I can live in accordance with divine plan, or so that I can be holy, or I can be light. And we get rid of, and it's like a self-punishing thing. Like, I don't deserve to have all of these lovely things, so I'm going to get rid of them and simplify my life. That is not what Spirit is saying. That is not what Spirit is saying. Because look at where she is at. Beautiful, rich, beauty surrounds her, clear crystal water. She's not saying, let me simplify my life and go back to the muddy pond. No, crystal clear water. She has the best that life has to offer. And she got to the best that life has to offer by letting go of those things that truly weren't the best, by letting go of those things that she was holding on to because of a lack consciousness. So simplify your life in that way. I feel like I'm saying a lot of words. Let me go to the book. And I can only see like 3 of y'all at the top of the screen just because of the view, so I can't even see y'all's reaction. Are y'all falling asleep on me? Simplify your life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work-life balance. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. Your energy has been fragmented and it's time for an adjustment. By drawing this card, you're asked to take drastic measures to simplify your life. This means clearing your home of unnecessary items, not the ones you love, unnecessary ones. Canceling subscriptions and extraneous publications. Saying no to demands on your time. Getting organized, being more efficient with respect to your schedule. You may feel that such a project is overwhelming. However, if you take one day a week to whittle down the clutter, you'll feel an enormous lifting of weight from your soul. This results in an energy and esteem boost that will enable you to complete the task at hand. Your soul and body will thank you for a simpler life. I love, love, love that. The first part where it says your energy has been fragmented, that's because you're doing too much stuff that you don't need to be doing. You're doing too much bullshit. You don't need to be doing it. There's too much extra stuff. And you say, but I do need to do this and this and this, because if I don't do this and this and this, nobody else is going to do it. That's not true. I bet you could go and find somebody else to do all of the things that drain your energy. And maybe it's your perfectionism that's coming through that tells you that you have to be the one to do it. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself, y'all. I'm fully and wholly talking to myself, because I do be like, I'll just do it. It'll get done, and it'll get done the way I want it to get done if I do it. But guess what? That's that scattered energy. And then at the end of the week, I feel like, did I really do anything, or did I just run around like a chicken with my head cut off, doing a lot of stuff that really doesn't matter, doing a lot of stuff somebody else could do? Simplify your life and decide where your helpers are. Who else can step in and do the things that drain your energy so that you can do the things that ignite and fuel your soul? Speaking of which, this is from Super Attractor. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. Feeling good. When was the last time you could say, I did something for myself and I really just feel good? Or when was the last time you decided to just feel good no matter what else was going on? That's the challenge. That's something that took me years to be able to get to. Feeling good just for the sake of feeling good, no matter what was going on. And it's still hard to maintain that vibe because your humanness pulls you back and says, but remember about that tire that still needs air? You still didn't stop to do that. And then you start thinking about real life. Okay, this next deck is Mystic Shaman Oracle. Oh, Angel and Demons, yes, with Tom Hanks. But that wasn't the first name of the book. What's the name of the series? I can't think of it. I'm gonna think of it as soon as I'm off this call. Da Vinci Code, yes, that's the name of the series. There we go. Da Vinci Code. I actually read those books instead of just watching the movies. The books are so much better. I think that was the first series of books that I made the comparison between a book and a movie. I don't think I ever read any other books before watching the movie, before the Dan Brown series. All right. Ooh. Is that the card we need? All right. Anybody have a favorite deck that they would like me to pull from? Oh, I like these. Interestingly, I have an Oracle deck and I got a reversed card. So we're going to see what that's about. I got two cards. Again, I don't know why we're pulling multiples from the decks, but that's what we're doing. That's what Spirit wants us to do. And this first one is Flow. Another full moon. Have y'all noticed how many full moons we've had in the background? But look what she's doing. She's like magic between her hands. So we have that magic element as well, after pulling that dragon card that told us about magic and manifestation. Flow is card number 20, which reduces to 2, which talks about choices again. Who is making a choice? Somebody, some of y'all, maybe. Maybe it's Spirit saying you have choices coming. So here's what we want you to do to prepare. Okay, so this book has the essence, the invitation, and the medicine, 3 different sections. I think I have time. I'll read all of them for this first one. The essence. There is a natural movement of events in the world. You can see it in the phenomenon such as the tide, the ebb and flow of oceans, and the rivers that rise up from the earth and then flow to the sea. The symbol of flow represents an effortless and natural movement towards a certain destination. It signifies an ability to gracefully move around obstacles and reminds you of the sense of allowing. You know what? This is key. I might take this explanation and like write it on a sticky or something, but I want to read this again. When you think about flow, when you think about the flow of your life, you can think about it in terms of water, since that's what's shown on the card. But think about the flow of your life in these terms. The effortless and natural movement towards a certain destination. That toward a certain destination is really standing out to me, because I think when some people think of surrender and getting in the flow, they think that they have to relinquish their goals. Like, well, I'm just going to surrender to the universe, and then God, the universe, the divine will decide what I need out of life. I'm just going to get into the flow, and whatever happens, I guess, is what's meant for me. And I say, no, nay, nay. You decide what you want, and then you let spirit flow you towards that. So it's a effortless flowing towards a certain destination, and we get to choose that destination. And then when we line up, we can flow effortlessly towards it. So that's flow, that's the essence. The invitation is, when flow comes to visit, it's a sign that your intentions have been in motion. Now it's time to allow nature to run its course. You are being called to effortless movement in the path of least resistance. It's like being within music, flowing within partnership. Think of the artist who creates without a guile or craft, calling creativity up from the soul and bringing it to life without effort. You are called to be like a river, knowing the fulfillment of destiny is assured. Enjoy the ride. The medicine, which is what we can do. Don't try to push against the river or swim upstream right now. You can trust that when the time is right, your dreams will begin to take shape and you will be invited to dance with destiny. Right now, however, you must relax. This is not the time to bang on doors that refuse to open. Whatever obstacle is in front of you right now, trust that this is for the highest good. It's an opportunity to regroup and reconsider your choices. And you must trust that your intentions will take form in good time. Consider this time a gift. I love it. So we have flow, and then right after that, we got the card, the Rainmaker. So still talking about the element of water. That's card number 42, the Rainmaker. Let me get that real quick. And then I see something over in chat I want to give attention to. 42, the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation. We got a lot of magic and manifestation coming to us today. Who's trying to manifest? What y'all trying to do out there? Change the world, make it better. The Rainmaker is the master of manifestation who can call on the elements of nature to serve the greater good. When the power to co-create is used with integrity, great beauty and benefit flow to all. There's that word flow again. When this power is used for personal gain only, everyone suffers. When the earth is parched, the Rainmaker calls the waters from the heaven, and all that is dormant in the fields and in people's hearts springs to life again. The invitation, the Rainmaker is calling you to create something new from the elements that are already in your life. Be sure to work with what is and not what might be or what could have been. The seeds that have been silently germinating in your heart will burst forth ready for the sunlight. Do not hold back. Put all your chips on the next roll of the divine dice. Oh, I love it. The medicine. Recognize how you are co-creating your world. Nothing is happening out there without your involvement. Remember that the world is only mirroring back to you the condition of your love and your intent. So change these within before you take any action. Do not take life personally. Interesting note. That was from Mystic Shaman Oracle deck. I really like those messages for today. I feel like they tie in with the messages we received from the other Oracle cards and from the Tarot. I'm looking for my box. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm just reading some new author suggestions. Got a few more minutes still. Man, I must have really been talking fast. Okay. Anything still hanging out there in the air that you have asked Spirit to answer for you, or that you came to this gathering to receive, that feels like it may have gotten a little bit full, but not all the way full? Put those intentions out there to the universe right now. If there's anything you need a little clarity on, put that out there to the universe. And we will see if we get any further clarification on your topic. As you set those intentions as a group. This last one is from the Moonology deck. Beautiful, beautiful card. And it says at the bottom, last quarter moon in Libra, take time for self-love. Take time for self-love. You know what I'm noticing is that she looks like she's holding some kind of orb there. I don't know what that's about, but I really like the imagery. Let's see, last quarter moon in Libra. Again, this is not what the moon is currently doing in our sky, but it's the energy of the last quarter moon, energy of Libra, that we can call on anytime throughout our month to aid us. And this part about make time for self-love is the message that's coming from the divine. So it says, have you been trying to please all of the people all of the time when you're not quite happy with yourself? There's a difference between wanting to live positively and spiritually bypassing. There's a difference between wanting to live positively and spiritual bypassing when you refuse to acknowledge your feelings. You can't fool the universe. So pretending to be happy when you're sad will get you nowhere. Rather, you need to deal with your feelings. That's the only way. If you're people pleasing, stop. Think about what's going on and why you're doing it. If you're in an unbalanced relationship, address the situation. The manifesting mix. While it's lovely to do while it's lovely to do things nicely, they also need to be done well. Be sincere. The manifesting mindset. The way to get on the manifesting zone is to work through all your stuff. Once you've done that, you become a clear signal for your desires. A lot of talk about clear signals, deciding, lining up with things, setting our intentions, setting our boundaries. Just a lot of calls to be really clear with what it is we want. And if we don't know what we want, to spend some time figuring out what we want. Because what we're putting out there to the universe, I just feel like there's a time of big shift going on. And not just like, oh yes, we're all shifting to better consciousness and higher, not just that, but the shift of it's time for all of us to get what we want out of life. And I keep getting that message that Spirit is saying, it's been time for all of y'all to get what you want out of life. But now we're just finally finding ways to get in through the cracks and get y'all to pay attention. So now that we're paying attention, now that we're hearing that we can't have what we want out of life, now Spirit is like, please decide. Please decide so we can give it to you. I just want you to decide. If you're not seeing it, decide. If you're not seeing it, decide, because you're not in decision. Because when we decide, when we fully decide and fully trust, Spirit's like, all right, now we can get to work. Now let's lay out the stones. Now let's guide her here. Now let's give her the hits. But it's asking us to take this time to really turn within and what do we really want? Not what do we think we are obligated to give the world? Not I'm so blessed that I want to make sure I'm giving back. All of that is fine, but Spirit's not asking us to do that right now in this moment. That might be called for down the line. Right now, Spirit is saying, what do you want? Let's figure that out first. Let's build that foundation first. Let's get you more of what you want out of life. Then we can talk about your mission to take care of others or the responsibilities that you have. But I need you to be happy and satisfied and full. And then you can start helping others. So I very much feel like that's the message. Get clear on what you want, not worried about what anybody else says about what it is you want. No need to justify that self-judgment, that judgment card we pull. No need to justify yourself or your wants or your desires. Just get clear on it and let it come to you, and everything else is going to work out. All right, so that's my message for today. That's the Spirit's message for today. I love it. I hope you all take these messages. I hope they aid you, keep you focused this week, or help you find a little bit of focus. Tomorrow is our intuition workshop. If you have any need of figuring out what your intuition sounds like, or how to listen to it, or how to live more intuitively, if you're already listening to your intuition, how to live more intuitively, that workshop is happening tomorrow night. Thank you all for being here. This has been wonderful. I see all the thank yous, so I'm thanking y'all back. Thank y'all for being here. All right.